This is Joe from Joe's Beginning Guitar World. Today we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about the fundamental things that you need to learn to start playing guitar. We're going to talk about the parts of the guitar, what makes up the guitar. We're going to talk about how to hold the guitar correctly, what to sit in. We're going to talk about guitar picks, where to get them, what to look for. And then we're going to give you a little exercise to work on to really get you used to that stuff. So parts of the guitar to begin with. I got an acoustic dreadnought guitar right here. If you got an electric guitar, the parts are going to be a little bit different. Uh, but the parts that matter right now should be the same. Uh, this is the face of the guitar or the front of the guitar of the body. The body is this whole thing, and you got your sides and your back. This is the body of the guitar. On the face, you got your sound hole, and you might or might not have a pick guard. If you don't have one, be careful that you're not scratching your guitar when you're picking. And you got your bridge that holds the strings in place. This is your fingerboard or fretboard. These are frets. This is a nut. And these here are tuning machines. They change the pitch of your strings so you can keep them in tune. And that's what you really need to focus on for right now as far as the parts go. Next, I'm going to show you how to hold it. When you hold the guitar, this this curve here in the front, you can see it too. We're going to put that on our right leg, and that's where that's going to rest. And I just want to throw your arm over. You want to be in a really good straight posture. You want to keep your back straight. You don't want to sit in a chair that has arms, or else you'll be playing like this, which is no good. Uh, you want to have a lot of room. You don't want to be crammed up because you're going to be focused on that, not playing. A little bit more for this hand. For right now, we're not going to do too much with it. We're just going to rest. Just have curved fingers. Get used to when you rest. Just have curved fingers for now. And you really just want your thumb to rest in like the middle section. It'll depend on how big your hands are, on where that lays. We're not going to do too much with this hand. We're going to focus more on this hand in this video. So just rest that for now. Real quick, let me give you the rundown on how we label the strings and talk about the frets a little bit. Contrary to what you might believe, when we number the strings, this will not be 1. This will actually be 6. This will actually be 1, this thin string here. So on this thin string is E, that's going to be number 1. Second string is going to be B, and then third string, and we're moving up here, obviously. Third would be G, fourth would be D, fifth would be A, and sixth would be E. So let me do that one. First E, second B, third G, fourth D, fifth A, and sixth E. Notice that both the high string here and the low string are both E. You get two pitches, same note, different pitch. You get a high pitch and a low pitch. They're both the E string, but one of them is higher and one of them is lower. So that's going to be a system. Okay, the frets. The frets are numbered just as you would expect. The first fret is the 1, second fret 2, third fret 3, fourth fret 4, and so on every string. So that system that's laid out for you of how the strings are set up and how the frets are numbered is going to be really important to you when you're learning scales and chords. It's also going to be important to you when you start reading tablature and learning new songs. That's how you're going to learn. You're not going to be reading sheet music. Probably when you start out, you're probably not going to read too much sheet music, which are go by the notes and not the numbers. So this makes it a little bit easier for you to understand. And simply put, how you would read a chart like that, it would show, third fret, sixth string, and that's what you would play if you get that. Fourth fret, first string, and so on. second string, 5th fret. You know, that's going to be a system that you're always going to use. Now we're going to talk about the right hand and guitar picks. Start with guitar picks. This is an orange Tortex pick. It's 0.6 millimeters. This is what I like to use. It's a good beginner's pick. It's a medium thickness. It's a Tortex material, which is not like cellulose. Cellulose is kind of like it's slippery. So if you got sweaty hands like me, you're gonna have a hard time holding on to it. It's a good way to go. That's what I like to use. I'd say medium thickness is the most important thing right now. You probably want to be in between like a 0.3 to like a 0.7, and I'd probably even say 0.3 is too thin and 0.7 is too thick. You really want to be in the middle of that. Reasoning is if you use a pick that's like 2 millimeters thick, it's not going to sound as if this pick would sound. It's not going to flex. It's a really, really thick pick, and you want to be in the middle. This is going to sound right. If you don't have, if you can't go get picks, or if you have a pick already and you don't really feel like it, anything will work for right now. But later on, you probably really want to focus on having a medium thickness pick. Show you how to hold it real quick. This is my left hand. You don't hold the pick with your left hand, but I'm going to show you. Hold the pick like this in your left hand. Take your right thumb, like your thumb's up in me, and you're just going to slap that guy right there, and then lock it in with your thumb. See how I did that? Now when you do this, you don't want the pick to be in too far, or else you're not going to be able to pick any strings. You don't want it to be out too far, or else because when you do pick strings, you're just going to lose your pick, and that's not good. You want to find a good happy medium to where you can really hold on to that sucker and still pick your strings. You're really going to have to spend some time to get comfortable with how you like this combination with your finger and your knuckle. You're gonna have to move your thumb and your knuckle around to find what works for you and what's comfortable. Take some time. I know it's frustrating with guitar picks. First 2 to 3 years of my guitar playing, I didn't use them, and it really hindered me. Later on, when I started playing with other players and learning from teachers, I didn't use one, so I couldn't do what they did. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to have one of these to use and get good at it. So now that we've learned how to hold it, and we know how to hold our guitar, I'll show you a little exercise for you to work on. You got downstrokes and upstrokes when you're picking. Like, we're just going to downstroke, and when you do this, you want to use your wrist. You don't want to use your arm. You don't want to use your fingers. You want to use your wrist to pick. And we're going to start on the thick top E string. And we're just going to, let's just start with a downstroke. Kind of boring. Alternate them too. So you want to alternate your downstroke and your upstroke. So you got an upstroke too. You want to alternate them. It's called alternate picking, simply named. And the idea here is you just want your downstroke and your upstroke to sound the same. When you're comfortable with your E string, feel free to go ahead and drop down to your A. You drop down to your D. And so on until you get comfortable with it. And you can also go reverse. So you could start on your first E string and work your way to your thickest 6th E string. And this is really just going to get you comfortable holding the guitar, which is not like this, it's like this. It's going to get you comfortable with holding the guitar pick. I don't know, it's boring, but you got to start somewhere, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Joe from Joe's Beginning Guitar World. Feel free to comment or ask me a question. Please subscribe and please like this video. Thank you very much.